On the news, Tinubu invites labor unions for minimum wage talks. End to farmers' herders' crisis in view with the establishment of Ministry of Livestock Development. And Supreme Court to deliver verdict on local government autonomy on Thursday. Hello, welcome to News Now on TV360 Nigeria. I'm Simisola Atigun. Further discussions on a new national minimum wage for workers in Nigeria are underway as President Bola Tinubu will meet with the leadership of labor unions in Abuja on Thursday. The move is coming about a month after the president said a bill on a new minimum wage will be sent to the National Assembly for passage. The government had halted further consideration and deliberation on the new national minimum wage to allow for more engagement with stakeholders, a move that was criticized by labor unions. At the meeting on Thursday, the president is expected to make a decision on the 62,000 naira proposal of the government and the private sector, as well as the 250,000 naira demand of the labor unions. President Bola Tinubu has announced the creation of the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development in a move expected to end the age-long farmers' herders crisis nationwide. Tinubu approved the creation of the ministry on Tuesday when he inaugurated the Presidential Committee on Livestock Reforms at the Council Chamber of the State House in Abuja on Tuesday. The committee is expected to propose recommendations aimed at fostering peaceful coexistence between herders and farmers while ensuring the security and economic well-being of all Nigerians. TV360's Victoria Akonde completes the report.
The creation of the new Ministry of Livestock Development is one of the 12 recommendations of the National Livestock Reforms Committee, chaired by the chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje. It is the latest attempt by the federal government to address the decades-long conflicts between herders and farmers in Nigeria over access to land, pasture and water. President Bola Tinubu believes the process to be carried out by the new ministry will help resolve the lingering conflict, which has claimed over 60,000 lives so far.
Efficient cold chain logistics are crucial in maintaining the quality and safety of these perishable goods from farm to market, thereby reducing food waste and ensuring a steady supply. This sector will boost agricultural productivity, enhance export opportunities, and stimulate economic growth by fostering a robust value chain that benefits farmers, processors, herders, distributors, and consumers alike.
Following the approval, it says the federal government is fully prepared to cover the cost of acquiring lands to ensure the peaceful coexistence of pastoralists and farmers.
To provide impetus to enable Nigeria to finally take advantage of livestock farming, dairy product, cold chain logistics, collectively offer substantial commercial and economic advantages. We have seen solution and opportunity. With this adversity that had plagued us over the years. And I believe the prosperity is here in your hands.
In his remarks, the former chairman of the committee thanked the president for taking further action following the submission of a report on livestock reforms on September 28, 2023.
We shall advise on implementation strategies going by the well-established framework articulated in the reports and the blueprint before us. We shall be conscious of the documented experiences of other countries that have done very well in the livestock sector. We shall from time to time consult with the relevant ministries, departments, and agencies of government that will support this cause. We would like to appreciate you for also appointing the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kari, to serve as co-chair and to acknowledge his wonderful support as a good host to this important committee.
While President Tinubu will chair the Committee on Livestock Reforms, a former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC, Aitairo Jega, is to serve as the deputy chairman. Tinubu added that the traditional method of livestock farming will need to be reviewed and repositioned with the support of stakeholders, which includes the state governments, in order to open up new opportunities for growth and prosperity. Victoria Akonde, TV 360, Lagos.
Our reactions have trailed the establishment of the Ministry of Livestock Development by President Bola Tinubu. Earlier, I spoke with Public Affairs Analyst Uchenna Dozie to get his thoughts on strategies to be employed by the committee to tackle the lingering farmers-herders crisis in the country.
There is no way of us knowing until they start their work. I guess that there have been many committees before now, even in the last administration, there was a committee that was set up. They turned in their report. Unfortunately, the implementation did not go as planned. So since this government just came, I think it's just 1 year old. And so this committee, which was actually headed by the now chairman of the ruling party, that's former governor of Kano State, Abdullahi Ganduje. So look, it's left for us to see what they are going to do, especially with the caliber of persons that are heading the committee, the president himself, and the former ASU president and INEC chairman, Atahiru Jega. So it is until they do their work, that's when we'll be sure if they can do it or not. But whether it is needed, yes, of course, we do not want a country where people will die because they want to eat meat. And we don't want a country where people will live in disharmony.
So what do you think should be the immediate actions of the ministry to start addressing the farmers-herders crisis?
Okay, from my own little insights, the ministry has not been set up. It is just a proposal. I think that we know the issues. We just want the herder farmer crisis to end. But in terms of immediate things they should do, one is to bring together the different communities where some of these issues are rampant, sit on the table and try to find amicable solutions to some of the things that cause the problem. Access to land, access to grazing, access to water for the animals. So it is now up to us to know as a country, as a people, which is more important. For me, none is more important. For me, every Nigerian has the right to reside anywhere and do business in all parts of the country. But if there are obvious issues regarding the sort of business you practice, then it calls for some sort of attention, and which is what the government is giving, going by the sort of backlashes we've had over several decades. So the immediate thing is to bring people together to sit on the same table. Second is to begin to look at better ways of handling animal husbandry. We can obviously no longer afford to have animals roaming 800 kilometers, 1,000 kilometers, some of them even non-Nigerians coming in across the borders. Of course, since they don't have any filial relationship with the rest of the country, they are bound to do whatever it is they feel. And of course, other criminal elements who also use cattle to disguise other activities that they carry out.
The Nigerian senators urged the federal government to urgently take measures to combat the current food insecurity in Nigeria. It also urged the government to outline measures to address the situation and inform the public on the steps being taken. The Senate took the decision following a motion moved by the senator representing Kogi West, Sunday Karimi, and co-sponsored by Senate Chief Whip Ali Ndume. TV360's Folashade Olusegun has more on this story.
The Senate's resolutions follows the adoption of motion on the urgent need to address food insecurity and market expectation of consumables in Nigeria at plenary. Leading the debate, Senator Karimi noted the significant rise in the prices of goods and household consumables, leading to high inflation, weakened purchasing power, and worsening living conditions for the vast majority of Nigerians.
There is need to be more pragmatic about addressing food insecurity, curbing other farmer crises, kidnapping for ransom and terrorism, and ensure the development of a viable national commodity board to regulate the prices of grains and ensure the elimination of artificial contribution to food and commodity inflation in Nigeria.
Senate Chief Whip Ali Ndume, who seconded the motion, raised the challenges of farmers who no longer have access to their farms due to insecurity and the high cost of food items in the country.
As representatives of the people, we need to do something, or at least say something. That's why I co-sponsored this motion, and I believe all of us here are concerned because we are talking to one another. Let's do something.
On his part, Senator representing Yobe North, Ahmed Lawan, expressed concern over the federal government's recent announcement of suspending taxes on imported food items, urging thorough examination of this move.
We have really little or nothing in our food reserve across the country. And nobody should come and tell us they will distribute foodstuff from our silos. The silos are empty, Mr. President. So it means we have to import food. And if we have to import, it means we need foreign exchange. And that is scarce. We have to engage with administration. Government must be entirely responsible because we cannot take people for granted for too long.
We had hitches from the NSA's office. They stopped every truck of fertilizer from moving out because of the security implication. They had to certify clear before they will allow the trucks to move out. And as of today, I just showed the Senate President, the trucks are being loaded. They will be moved to the various states. So I want us to exercise patience again.
The Senate subsequently combined all motions into one, urging the federal government to swiftly address the food crisis in the country.
The food situation is an emergency. We must help our people. And part of it is also to make sure it's not just providing food today, it's being able to plant to make sure that latest October, November, we have excess food in the market. Because Nigerians must feed. Everybody's concerned. The primary role of government is to ensure the welfare and security of the citizens. And that is the reason why we are here.
Akpabio further disclosed the federal government had provided 60 trucks of fertilizer to each state. This, it said, was to ensure farming for improved production of food by Nigerians involved in agriculture. Folashade Olusegun, reporting for TV360, Abuja.
Meanwhile, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has adjourned plenary session in honor of the late Honorable Olaide Odewale Akinremi, a member of the House of Representatives who passed on recently. The All Progressives Congress APC lawmaker who represented Ibadan North Federal Constituency of Oyo State died early Wednesday morning after a brief illness at the age of 52. News of his passing was relayed to other members by Senate Leader Okweyemi Bamidele following the communication from the House of Representatives, after which they observed a minute of silence in his memory. Akpabio subsequently adjourned plenary sessions until Thursday, July 11, 2024.
With sadness in my voice, I'd like to announce notification of the demise of a member of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Olaide Akinremi Jagaban, member representing Ibadan North Federal Constituency of Oyo State in the House of Representatives. Honorable Akinremi's sudden demise occurred at the early hours of today, Wednesday, 10th July 2024, after a very brief illness. On behalf of the Senate, we condole with the family, the Speaker, and members of the House of Representatives. May his soul rest in perfect peace. That in line with our existing tradition, the proceedings of the Senate for today be adjourned to honor the dead. Those in support of this adjournment say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Accordingly, the Senate is hereby adjourned to Thursday, the 11th day of July, 2024.
Nigeria's Supreme Court will on Thursday deliver its judgment on the suit the federal government filed to secure full autonomy for the 774 local government areas in the country. The federal government had instituted the suit, which is hinged on 27 grounds against all the 36 states of the federation. In the suit filed by the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, the federal government is asking for an order preventing the governors from arbitrarily dissolving democratically elected councils. The federal government also requested the Apex Court to authorize the direct transfer of funds from the Federation account to local government in accordance with the Constitution. The FCT Police Command says it has sent a suicidal resident, Shaibu Alaji Yushao, to the Social Development Secretariat of the FCT administration for mental assessment and evaluation barely 24 hours after he was caught attempting to take his own life. On Monday, July 8, Yushao was seen attempting to kill himself by climbing a high broadband mast at Aso Radio in the Katabe district of Abuja. In a statement issued on Tuesday, the FCT Command's Police Public Relations Officer, SP Josephine Ade, said Yushao, if found to be mentally stable after the test, will be charged to court for attempted suicide, disturbance of public peace, and incitement, contrary to sections 231, 111, and 114 of the Penal Code Act.
I claimed the mast in Aso Radio Katampe to create awareness about what is happening of insecurity, food shortage, and the number of out-of-school children increasing in this country. I do this to help my fellow Nigerians for this hardship they are going through, so that if government had it, maybe they would take action about these things, and Nigerians will get relief on this.
We'll go on a break now, but coming up, Governor Sanwo-Olu assures investors of enabling environment tax harmonization in Lagos. Stay with us for details. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back. Here's a recap of our top stories. Further discussions on a new national minimum wage for workers in Nigeria are underway as President Bola Tinubu will meet with leadership of labor unions in Abuja on Thursday. At the meeting, the president is expected to make a decision on the 62,000 naira proposal of the government and private sector, as well as the 250,000 naira demand of the organized labor. We also told you that President Bola Tinubu has announced the creation of the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development in a move expected to end the age-long farmers-herders crisis nationwide. Tinubu approved the creation of the ministry on Tuesday when he inaugurated the Presidential Committee on Livestock Reforms at the Council Chamber in Abuja. The committee is expected to propose recommendations aimed at fostering peaceful coexistence between herders and farmers while ensuring the security and economic well-being of all Nigerians. Now, in case you missed any of our news bulletins or for more updates, you can catch us on Limex World TV and AVO TV or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery, and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online. On business, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has assured investors that he is consistently creating an enabling environment for businesses and reforming the tax system. Speaking at the 9th edition of the Lagos Corporate Assembly on Tuesday, Sanwo-Olu, represented by Deputy Governor of the state, Obafemi Hamzat, said the state has reduced bottlenecks impeding business growth through tax harmonization. According to Sanwo-Olu, Lagos, the 5th largest economy in Africa, plays an important role in Nigeria thanks to its 14 industrial estates and 4 central business districts. We'll take another break and return with a review of the stock market. The Nigerian stock market closed flat on Wednesday despite sell-side pressure seen in early trading this week. The market closed flat following investors' decisions to sell banking, insurance, and oil and gas stocks despite increased activities in industrial and consumer goods stocks. The market reduced by 0.01%. Thomas Wyatt Nigeria leads the laggards with an end-of-day depreciation of 10% at 2 naira 16 kobo per share, followed by Dow Communications. At the close of trading on Wednesday, a total of 935 million volume of shares were exchanged in 8,160 deals, corresponding to a market value of 11 billion naira. Now, compared with the previous NGX trading day, that's Tuesday, July 9, Wednesday's data shows 207% improvement in volume, 137% improvement in turnover, but 1% decline in deals. The current market capitalization of the Nigerian Stock Exchange is 56.5 trillion naira. And let's switch to our select global stocks. Global equities rose to record levels on Wednesday, leaving all our select stocks, that's the UK's FTSE, in the bulls. Now, switching gears to the forex scene, the Naira dipped further to trade at 1,550 Naira to a dollar on the black market. The British pounds traded at 2,020 Naira on the black market, and the euros at 1,665 Naira on the black market. That's it on both business and stock markets report. And on the foreign scene, Rwanda has said it is not required to refund the United Kingdom after the multi-million pounds migrant deal between the two countries was scrapped. The UK's Prime Minister and Labour Party leader Keir Starmer, while announcing at the weekend that the plan to deport some asylum seekers to Rwanda was dead and buried, labelled the scheme an expensive gimmick. The scheme, which was forged by the previous Conservative government in 2022, has paid Rwanda £240 million. Starmer's Labour Party has pledged to instead set up a new border security command to tackle people smuggling gangs. And Ukraine's military has launched a new initiative to entice fighting-age men living abroad to enlist as Kyiv desperately tries to replenish its depleted forces on the front lines. The establishment of the Ukraine Legion comes after more than 2 years of hard fighting, which has seen heavy casualties drain the military of much-needed manpower to hold off Russia's advancing forces. According to Ukraine's defense minister, members of the new unit would receive training in Poland and be provided with the best equipment. And on sports, in preparation of the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, the Super Falcons of Nigeria have secured the services of a new performance and match reading analyst, Poncho Serna. In a post on his X handle, Poncho announced his new role with the team. The Super Falcons, who are making their return to the Olympics after a 16-year absence, will face Brazil in their opening fixture in Paris on Thursday, July 25, with games against Spain and Japan to follow. Still on sports, as part of preparations to put Nigeria's women's under-17 team in shape, the Flamingos, the Nigeria Football Federation has lined up a tune-up game for the players. According to the latest NFF report, the Flamingos will meet Mexico in an international friendly ahead of the tournament. Nigeria is drawn in Group A of the competition alongside New Zealand, Ecuador, and host Dominican Republic. Well, that's it on News Now. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.